Hey folks, this is My Kitten Reads. I'm Eleanor and this is a little video on how I try and get myself out of reading slumps. Because if you've seen my February wrap up, you'll know that I've been having difficulty finishing books the last few weeks because I am stupidly busy both at work and out of work at the moment. I mean, this weekend's been another really busy weekend in that I've got a house inspection happening on Tuesday. So I've been cleaning, I've been trying to do schoolwork. So I'm just really busy and I'm really stressed because the world right now is really friggin' stressful. So I have been struggling to read and to finish things. Point when I say this, I am reading, but I am mostly what I am reading is fan fiction and rereading fan fiction and that kind of stuff, which doesn't count towards, I enjoy it, but it doesn't really count towards, Goodreads and all that kind of stuff. So it doesn't count towards my reading goals. So I have a number of strategies that I can use to try and get myself out of a reading slump. So for example, short stories. Short stories are really good for when you don't have a lot of time or you don't have a lot of concentration and you just want to achieve something. So you can read a short story, whether it's in an anthology, in a magazine, in a collection, or even just by itself. Anthologies short stories can be really good for getting out of a reading slump. Also, what I do is I take my Kindle to the gym. So, for example, the last 6 to 8 weeks, pretty much since mid to late February, I haven't been to the gym because I was ill and then I had a shoulder problem. But this week I went back to the gym. So, when I go to the gym, I run on the treadmill. And there's a lovely little ledge on the treadmill for propping up my Kindle. So whether it be an issue of Uncanny magazine, which I've read a couple of those this week, or a novel, or whatever it happens to be, if it's on my Kindle, I can read it at the gym, and that means I'm setting aside about half an hour where I've got nothing else to focus on. I have music in my ears because I find with audiobooks and podcasts don't work when I run because I need that kind of fast-paced rhythm, so I need sort of fast-paced music to get me through a run, which blocks everything around me out, and I'm talking with my hands again, but it means I can focus on reading, and so that's where I get through a lot of my Uncanny magazine issues, that's where I get through a lot of my Hugo reading when it's that time of year, or just a novel. If it's on my Kindle, I can read it at the gym, and then that's at least, if I'm going to the gym regularly, that's at least 3 times a week, I'm setting aside half an hour where I can read. So that's always helpful. So again, that's what I've done this week is I've been going to the gym and reading Uncanny magazine and it's been working. I finished 2 issues this week. What else? I reread old favourites. If I can't cope with new content, which sometimes I can't, and that's one of the problems I'm having at the moment, I am so stressed and I'm having to consume new content, visual content at least, for uni. I can't really cope all the time with new content because sometimes new content, no matter how much you're enjoying it, it can be stressful because you don't know what's going to happen. Which, that's part of the enjoyment. Even when the brain can't cope with new content, rereading old favourites I find works really well. So I'll go and read Jane Austen, or I'll go and read Tamara Pierce or Louisa May Alcott or something like that. I will also often go and read Jane Austen variations because technically I suppose it's fan fiction, but because Jane Austen is out of copyright, you can get a lot of them on Kindle. So like a lot of just, things went slightly differently or a sequel or something like that. So that I will often default to as well. So my Jane Austen variations, I know you've heard me talk about them. Audiobooks at work. I use these a little less, but when I am very busy at work, sometimes, I reread a book via audio. So it might be a Miss Fisher, it might be a Miss Marple, a lot of mysteries actually, or it might be a Jane Austen, or it might be something else. But I usually do a lot of rereading via audiobooks at work when I'm really busy doing process work. And then finally, graphic novels. So that can be really good to give you, just like short stories, graphic novels can be really good to give you a sense of accomplishment and finishing something quickly. They're also visual, so it's a little less stress on the brain. There's not as much text to read. So yeah, sometimes I use a graphic novel, so a Miss Marvel or a Lumberjanes, or even like a Star Wars comic or something like that, or an Asterix, something like that. can really help me get out of a slump. So hopefully that will keep working for me soon. Like I said, I've been reading a lot of Uncanny magazine, so that's been helpful. This is a really quick video because I am really, really busy and really, really stressed. But I hope you'll enjoy it. If you've got other ideas for breaking through reading slumps, let me know in the comments below. And I will see you all again really soon. Bye!